So today I'll show you how to crochet this beautiful headband with all these wonderful beads. And this headband can be used by both children, adult, men, dogs, everyone can use this. So what I do is that I crochet a piece like this with the narrow part and then make it wider and wider, as well as this one is getting wider and wider. I'm doing 15 stitches on the widest part up here. I am crocheting the beads along with it, so I am not sewing them on afterwards. And I'm making sure to put all the beads on the middle, so when you sew it on afterwards, you can see all the beads are on top and you can sew it on the inside so you don't get any beads in the hair, And this looks very pretty. So this is what I do. I can tell you a little about the materials I've used for the yarn. I've used this beautiful multicolored yarn from Hobbii. This is a fine yarn, it's only a weight 2, and you can use any color you like. It's a great project for using up scraps. You won't be needing a lot of yarn for this project. I will write down in the description how much yarn you will need, and it is not a lot. Then I've used a 3mm crochet hook and some scissors. And then I've used a small needle for the beads. It has to be small enough for the beads, but it also has to be big enough for the yarn. And then I've also used a bigger needle for attaching the piece on the headband at the end. And then you will also need some kind of headband. And then of course all the beautiful beads. So the first thing I do is grab my yarn and then thread it with my small needle, and then I find my beads. Then I thread just around 100 beads on this, so I have all the beads ready for the headband. Then I can take off my needle and find my crochet hook. And then I will chain up 8 chains, so just a slip knot, and then chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. And then I do 1 single crochet in every stitch, skip the first one, and then do 7 single crochet all the way across. And this usually fits with a standard size headband, at the bottom. They are usually the same size. So now I chain 1 to turn. Then I turn and skip this first turning chain. And then I work a single crochet in the first one, and then another single crochet in the same stitch to increase a bit, because we are moving up and this is getting bigger, so I will increase slowly. This first row I will increase twice, but only once in the beginning and then once at the end. Now in the middle of it I will place a bead. So after I did a single crochet, I will take a bead and pull up and just leave it here, and then I will do the next single crochet. Just like that. Whoops. So now I placed a bead. So all the beads will be on the back side. So remember, every time you place a bead, you will do it on the back side. So you can only place beads when you are going this way. So every time you are going the other way, you cannot place beads. Now I need to move all my beads down. You have to do that sometimes. So now I finish the row, and at the end of this row I will do an increase as well. So in this final stitch I will do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So just 1 single crochet and then insert the hook in the same stitch and do another single crochet. That's how you increase. you do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So we went from 8 chains, and then we have 7 single crochet because we skipped the first one, and then from 7 single crochet on the first row to 9 single crochet on the second row. Now we chain 1, turn, and then I do 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way across, and remember not to place any beads because we will only be placing beads on the back side on the work. So skip your turning chain, move on to the next, and single crochet, and then 1 single crochet in every stitch. Then when you're all the way across, you can chain 1 and turn. And now we are working on this on the back side, so I will place beads on this row. So I will still skip my turning chain. I will not be making any increases. I will just do 1 single crochet, then another, then go ahead and make 3 single crochet. And now we are just not directly above this bead, but a little bit to the side, and I will place another bead. So I will take the next bead and pull it up, and then just leave it here and do a single crochet in the next stitch. Then I will do a few stitches just to move past this next bead. I will do 3 single crochet, and then I will add another bead. So I will just take the next one, pull it up, and do my next single crochet. And then I just finish the row with 1 single crochet in every stitch. And then we can chain 1 and turn. And now it looks like this. So we keep adding beads just as you go, and then you measure it along the way. I cannot tell you the exact stitch numbers because I'm not sure we have the same size headband. I can give you the measurement of mine. See, it's just short of 3 centimeters on the thickest part of this. And I have a written pattern for the exact stitch numbers for this. But if you have an old headband, you can just measure it along the way and then make increases when you need it. So you just hold it and then you will sew it on the inside. So you will just measure it along the way and know when to increase. And then just add beads on every other row. Then when you're done and you have measured it around and you make sure that it fits all the way around and it is getting bigger and bigger and then smaller and smaller, just like mine, then you can sew it on. So now you cut the yarn, leave a lot of yarn to sew it with, and then you can pull this loop through. Just pull, pull, pull. And then find the bigger needle. You can also use the smaller one, but I think it's a lot easier doing it with a bigger needle. Then you take it like this, put it on, make sure the beads are in the middle, fold it around like this, and then you start sewing it on the inside of the headband, just like this. And then finally at the end, you weave in the end of the yarn on the inside, just back and through some stitches, and then finally cut the yarn, and then we have it. Wow, right? That's it. That's how I do it. So I hope you found this tutorial easy to follow, and I hope you very much like it. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!